executive chairman after 24 years in the role. His decision to step down comes following a slew of fan protests against him. He was the longest-serving chairman in the Premier League. We can speak now live on LBC News to Chris Cowlin, the host of the Spurs Chat podcast. Really appreciate your time this evening, Chris. Thanks for joining us. Will this be welcomed by most Spurs fans, do you reckon?
Yeah, good evening to you. Yeah, it has come as a bit of a surprise, especially the timing during the international break, but a lot of fans will welcome this news. There has been a lot of frustration over many, many years, so many different managers coming in, and a lot of the fans have always felt that we needed to do more in transfer windows and show more ambition on the pitch, exactly like we have done off the pitch in terms of delivering a great stadium. Pochettino said those famous words in 2019. It's all right having a mansion, but you need the furniture to be put in the mansion. And that's been the real frustration. Even the few Premier League games that we've played so far this season, a minute or two in the game, there has been, chance against the board, in particular Daniel Levy. But, Daniel Levy has stepped down as chairman after 25 years. And, it's fair to say we were a very different football club in 2000 when he walked in. We were wishing for European football, then fighting for European football, and then, playing regular European football. But, the fans have always felt frustrated because we wanted to push more. We wanted to push for more glory. One European trophy, which of course was won in May in the Europa League, and one domestic trophy in 25 years. It's not good enough for a club like Spurs. So the fans have always wanted that bit more.
And why now, Chris? Given we've only just started the new Premier League season, it seems unusual timing.
It does seem very weird timing. You're absolutely right. But what I would say is that he does own 29.4% of the ENIC stake, which equals to 25% of Tottenham. So he hasn't walked out the door or sold up as yet. So my question now is, what next? What happens next? Do we have new owners? Are new owners coming in the very near future? So that is my big question. What next for Tottenham Hotspur? Because all of us fans, a lot of people will be happy with this news, but you've got to be asking yourself now, what's going to be next? What we're going to be doing.
And you mentioned he's become a very divisive figure, but a quarter of a century ago when he took on the role, the club was in a very different state. Do you think with time people will come to appreciate his contribution and the positives he brought as well?
I think everyone has always appreciated the hard work that he's put in. He's a very hard negotiator, probably the best in the Premier League in that sense. That's probably what makes it a little bit more frustrating that he hasn't got some of the other deals over the line. But he will certainly be remembered for delivering us, a world-class stadium and the training facilities. It's a very different football club to what he walked into, and he will be very proud of delivering that stadium. He often talks about that with such fondness, and rightly so, because every time I see someone walk in that stadium for the first time, they have that face of, wow. And it is a wow factor when you walk into that ground, and he has delivered that. He'll be very proud of that. But like I keep saying, it's about the ambition on the pitch. Only recently in the last 6-8 weeks, Daniel Levy come out and said we want to win the Premier League and we want to win the Champions League. Let's hope now whoever takes charge of Spurs, the new chairman, new owners, if that is going to be the case, then let's hope that we can push on and achieve more on the pitch in terms of success.
Chris, thank you so much. Chris Cowlin there, host of the Spurs Chat podcast. Well, coming up, the Italian